Hi, Kevin. Okay. I'm glad you're here. I'm here too. Did you have a nice day at work? I'll just wait. Hi, Margot. I'm going to stop rocking. I can't help myself. I have to get a chair that I can't rock in. 7 on the dot. I hit go live. It's good to see you too. It's been a while. I've been busy. That's what working like a landscaper does. I got a lot of sun this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It was really, really nice. I was outside all day. You know that. I told you that. My back got really burnt, my shoulders. So I mowed the lawn Sunday. No, not from laying out or anything. It's all from just working outside. Let's see who else comes. Lots of people told me they were coming. Hey, Alice. Hey, B-boys. I looked at Margot. I actually looked at the robot mowers, and there are a lot of mixed reviews about them. They're really, really expensive. But thanks, Alice. Hey, Crackles. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Betty Boop. You ready to celebrate? Me too. The robot mowers. Hi, Malinois Mama. I have something to tell you, which I'll forget if you don't remind me, but I'm on a different train of thought now. The robot mowers of, I'm going to say probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago, on my way to work, I've only ever seen one. And I used to see this thing going, and I thought, That what a great concept!" Because I have a Roomba that goes around and vacuums at night, and the thing is great. But with, those robot mowers, they're small. And I thought, well, how much of a battery charge, how long can it run on a battery charge? And oh yeah, enjoying working in the yard. You know it, Crackles. And it doesn't do the whole yard in one run. It kinda like, it's from working outside, Betty. I was Saturday and Sunday were beautiful here, so I did a lot of yard work, and, I had to get my pool pump set up and the pool and the chemicals and the water and everything, um, but I investigated a little bit more into those robot mowers, and what it seems like they just go continuously. They'll charge, and then they go do mowing, and then they go back to the station, and they're kind of continuously mowing. So it's not like you just let it go for a day or 8 hours or whatever, and it does the yard. Um, And there was another thing. Oh, the dog poop. You hate blondes that tan? Well, don't look at the condition of my skin, because this is 54-year-old skin that was really, really abused when I was younger. Um, so I've got freckles, dark spots. I've got a lot of sun damage on my skin. Um, and If it would be one thing if I could go out, pick up all the dog poop, let it go, have it mow because the front yard is fine. I can do that with the walking lawnmower. Hi, Catherine. Thank you. But it's the backyard. The backyard is big. Hi, Anna's life. And it's kind of like the same thing. Like you hear these funny stories with the Roombas in the house. If the dog takes a crap on the floor and then the Roomba runs through it and drags all the dog crap all over the house. If the thing just runs continuously, Holly and Zoya don't have a designated spot to poop, which you learn everything in life. The next dog that I get, I will try to train to poop and pee in a certain area. Hi, Ellie. It's good to see you too. But if the thing just runs continuously, and apparently it doesn't map the yard out like the Roomba does, it just randomly just mows. So if it runs over a couple piles of dog crap, and that's the problem for the backyard. So I kind of decided against it because they're really expensive. They're like 3,000, $3,500 for a halfway decent one. And like if they got 5 stars across the board, I would think differently, but they don't. And it's funny, right? I have a Roomba too, and I have to pick up like I pick up all the dog bones. Well, at least you can pick it up on the mosaic tiles, and it's not carpet or anything, Crackles. Um, speaking of which, there they go. Um, so I pick up the bones and the toys and everything every night so that the Roomba can go around. But I actually had been looking for a riding lawnmower. So I went to Home Depot, I went to Lowe's, and they didn't have any. And I thought, and this is about a month ago, and I thought, okay, well, season's here. Maybe they sold out, whatever. And I really didn't ask anybody in Home Depot and Lowe's about it. Home Depot had none. And the Home Depot in town here had a fire and the whole facade was burned and they were repairing that. And usually Home Depot has all the mowers and everything on the sidewalk. And I figured, well, it's because they're repairing the facade. They just didn't have any. So then I went to Lowe's and they had a couple. They had an electric one, which I didn't want, and they had an entry level something. So then I went to an actual outdoor equipment place in town called Carl's, and the salesman um, said to me they had none, or they had all the zero turn radius ones for like $6,000. And he said they were completely sold out of yard tractors. The problem is the manufacturers can't get the steel because the steel comes from Ukraine. So you can't find a riding lawnmower anywhere. It's crazy. So the Roombas, they're really expensive, but if you have hairy animals, it's it's worth every penny. It goes around every single night, and it's so smart. The technology is so good that it can tell areas that are dirtier than others. It's really amazing. It has a hi Linda. It has a little port, I guess, home that it goes into to charge the battery, but the I got this newer one last September, I think. And it has a canister that actually I don't even have to do anything. It sucks all of the dirt and everything out into a bag, and my phone will alert me when the bag is full where I have to change the bag. It's crazy. So well, I went I have another the Home Depot story that I'm going to tell. I had gone there and they had a couple really big lawn tractors, much bigger than what I needed. So, hi, Karen Lara. Well, with the Roombas, they have wireless border, these little towers, and you can put them at where stairs are so the thing doesn't go down the stairs or in places that you don't want it to go. Um, Beth, I had one of the older ones and I replaced the battery twice and then it just it didn't function anymore. So, I got this newer one and, because the old one, you have to take out the place where all the dirt is and empty it. This one, it sucks it all out. You don't even have to touch it. It's amazing. So, I'm a little bit sick. I'm not sure if this is allergies, a head cold, or a sinus infection. I'm a little bit better today. Yesterday, I didn't feel good at all. My ears were bothering me. I was all stuffed up, headache, and I had a not a sore throat, but like a scratchy, itchy throat that was making me cough all the time. I'm a little bit better today. Yesterday, I was set that it was definitely not allergies, but I'm not really exactly sure now. It might be. Um, so I've been outside doing stuff for all last week. That's why I didn't have a live because could hardly physically move. It was pretty bad. My lower back and my left hip were killing me because well, over the weekend I had to set the pool pump up. It the Roomba is really, really good at picking stuff up. It's really, really good. Like, I have friends that have cats with the cat litter, and it goes around and it picks up all the cat litter, so I I I love it. I think it's one of the greatest things ever. Um, so with the pool, I was hauling around 40-pound bags of sand and salt because I got a saltwater conversion system, and, those bags are friggin' heavy, and I'm not as strong as I used to be. I can still get it done, but I my body suffered afterward big time. I felt it. You're sipping a frozen margarita? I hope you have some to share. No, you don't need a swimsuit to come swimming, Margot. Not at all. I fully welcome nude swimming. It's perfectly fine. Neighbors won't care either. They're good with it. You have a dry martini? Cool. I know, Karen, you do deserve it. I don't know if you want to share. Oh my god, it's 105. It was 80, I think it was the high today was 84. It was pretty warm. Not horrendous, but warm enough. I kind of figured Stevie was your Yorkie. I used to see when I went to the beach before they said you can't bring dogs anymore, a family for years, it was the husband and wife, they had 2 kids, and they had a little Yorkie, and I have never in my life seen a Yorkie swim like this little York and loved it. Loved to swim. As soon as it hit the sand, it would go right down to the water, and it was in the bay, so the waves were not terrible, and you just see this little Yorkie head just bobbing around in the waves. He was so cute. And he'd get out when he was ready, go up, lay down on the blanket, dry off. Hi, Bucky. Okay. Um, he was so cute. But then they said you can't bring dogs on the beach anymore because, you know, people are, they don't care and they let their dogs crap on the beach. They don't pick it up and it spoils it for everybody else because people are just, they're rude. Oh, it's 70 degrees and 49. This weekend. Hi, Robin. Um, this weekend, if I could find somewhere to live that had weather like this weekend all year round, I would pack up tonight and move there. It was about 72, sunny, hardly any humidity. It was gorgeous. Oh my God, it was so nice. So, so nice. Oh, I know. The new room as the technology just gets better and better and better, just like with everything. He likes to go in the spa with you. That little Yorkie at the beach, I honest to God, it was the teeniest little thing, and I used to worry it because it didn't have a life jacket on or anything. It would just go in the water and bob around in the waves and did great. Yeah, San Diego weather, except not California. Thingies. What thingies? I think it's supposed to rain tonight into tomorrow, or we really need the rain. It's dry as hell here. And hi, Peeper. Thunderstorms possible after 2 a.m. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow it's supposed to rain. Thank God, because we really do need it. We need rain. I think it rained a little bit last night. My vegetables are growing. And my lilies are getting ready to bloom, so hopefully within the next week or 2, and then strawberries should be coming in soon, and strawberries will be great because they love dry, hot weather. So they'll probably come in early because last year it was cold and wet and they weren't very good, but this year they should be really, really good. I go out, I always pick them myself. It's just for me, it's kind of a relaxing, therapeutic thing to do. I go out, fresh air, sunshine in the strawberry patch, and I'm always looking for the big strawberries, the biggest strawberries they have. Oh, I love San Diego. It's beautiful there, but the state of California is a mess, just like the state of New York. It's a mess. It's terrible. So I have a list of topics um, that we can talk about. Let me tell you about my Home Depot. Bye, Karen. Take it easy. Uh, and Malinois Mama. It's funny that I just watched that video. Uh, Hicks Nursery is very well known. It's very big. It's beautiful, but it's also known to be about the most expensive nursery on Long Island. So why you go to get a tomato plant, they have tomato plants at supermarkets here. Um, so just go get one at the supermarket. I got I found the yellow cherry tomatoes at Home Depot. So I bought a couple of those and I'm growing the vast majority of my tomatoes upside down. I got I don't know if they're 2 or 3 gallon pails and I cut the bottom out and you take a just a regular kitchen sponge and you cut a slit in it and say this is the stem. You put the stem through the sponge and the stem of tomato comes out the hole in the bottom, and the sponge, I guess, prevents all the soil and everything from falling out of the hole. They are growing like crazy. So, oh, my swing, not my thing. Hi, Pamela. Only one tomato plant. Okay. She wanted a tomato plant with tomatoes already on it, she said. The more mature tomato plant you buy, the more expensive it's gonna be. Right. The 4 pack of tomatoes, I mean, it she planted all that other stuff in the garden if if she planted it. Um, so, she's already there. Just buy the plant. She's gonna spend more on gas running around from place to place. Just just buy a tomato plant, because what you're gonna get from the tomato plant is inevitably gonna be cheaper than if you bought it at a store or at a farm stand or whatever. Um, well, Mal and my mom are right. A gardener would know that. Hicks is a great place. They have a lot of very, very unusual and uh, rare type plants that other places don't carry. But then again, a lot of the things that were in there are not easy to grow. So, hi, Cheyenne. While they have a lot of really cool stuff, it's not always appropriate for our climate. Um, but the one thing that she showed, the passion flower vine, I had one of those a couple of years ago. The landscaper that we used to have, he owns a nursery a little bit out east, about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes away. And I was passing by one day and I went there, and they were so unusual. So I bought a hanging one, and then my friend bought 2 that she planted in the ground and let them climb up a trellis. Hi Dee. And I have pictures of the flowers. The flowers bloom for 24 hours and then they die and they fall off. But there are so many flowers on the vine. They look like aliens. They're like 3D flowers. They're the most unusual flower I've ever seen. They like direct sunlight, and this thing went crazy. I mean, it was $30. It was not a cheap plant, but it was so unique looking, I had to have it. And, if I found I wouldn't go looking for one, but if I found one again, I probably would buy it. The one thing that I wanted to find this year that I cannot find anywhere, because the place that I used to get it was sold, is lemon verbena. I love lemon verbena. It's great for insect repelling. It's awesome to squish it up in your hands and put it in tea. It's delicious and it smells so good. I can't find it anywhere, and I'm so disappointed. Hey, cringy, what you eating? So, I'm still on the hunt for lemon verbena. I've gone to several places and no, we don't have it. So, and I looked for seeds. I can't find seeds. So I'm kind of disappointed with that. But Mal and my mom, I wanted to tell you that my the nurse that was taking care of my mother yesterday has a Belgian Malinois, and she was talking about how awesome the dog is, how good and smart and a little crazy because it's just 2 years old. But I love meeting people that have dogs that you don't see all the time. And I love seeing the dogs that you do see all the time, like labs and golden retrievers. But when you don't, like German Shepherd, you see a lot, but Belgian Malinois, you don't see a lot, and you don't meet a lot of people that have them. And it was so much fun to talk to her about her. And I thought about you immediately when she said she had a Belgian Malinois. Yeah, she said they are scary smart and not a dog for a first time dog owner. But she was saying that her mother's very, was it her mother's dog? I think her mother's dog. And her mother's very experienced. So and she says she's crazy. She crazy dog. So let me tell you about my Home Depot story. This is funny. And it's funny. You'll understand why it's funny. I went to Home Depot for one thing last week, last Thursday. Oh, was it the week before? I can't even remember these days. Whatever it was. For one thing, I cannot go into a store that has gardening supplies and plants at this time of year because my one thing turned into a wagon full of shit, 2 butterfly bushes. I got the yellow cherry tomatoes. I found yellow regular tomatoes, Japanese eggplants, and a couple little garden tools that needed replacing. Hi, Susan. I know. I can't go. I cannot. And I got some Gerbera daisies, just like, did I need this stuff? No. And as I was walking around, so I have a whole wagon full of crap, and they just got a shipment of garbage bins. And I needed a big garbage bin. So they had the 50-gallon garbage bin on wheels. So I grabbed it. I was pushing the wagon with one hand and pulling the garbage bin with the other hand. Oh, lemon verbena. You can make a lot of stuff with lemon verbena. It's delicious. Anyway, so to check out, I went to the garden section because my car was parked out there, and there were about 5 people waiting in line for the cashier, and the self-checkout was open. So I figured, I'm not going to wait in line for the cashier. Went to self-checkout, and they have the gun. Instead of putting it across the scanner, you just take the gun and boop, 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 everything. So the first thing I did was I rang up the 50-gallon garbage bin, which was like about $80, right? And I rang up everything in my wagon and came home, unloaded the car. Our garbage days are Monday, but with the holiday last week, we didn't have garbage pickup, so the next garbage day is Thursday. So I had gone to Home Depot on Tuesday. Wednesday, when I'm getting the garbage together, I looked around and I said, where the hell is that gigantic garbage pail that I just bought yesterday? Well, I realized that I never took it out of the store. I left it there by accident. After I rang it up, I didn't pull it forward. I left it behind me. So out of sight, out of mind, I rang everything, pushed the cart out, and I left the garbage pail behind. So on Wednesday, I went back to Home Depot with the receipt, and I walked in. Customer service was to the left, and there were, I think, maybe 3 people online. All of the customer service people were busy, so I figured, let me just go grab the garbage pail, bring it back so I can just show them the receipt, and that's what I did. So I went back, I grabbed the 50-gallon garbage pail, brought it to the customer service, and when one customer service person was free, he said, can I help you? When I showed him the receipt, it was the first thing on the receipt. I said, I bought it last night. I forgot it. I left it there. And he said, okay, fine. So I grab the garbage pail, I'm wheeling it behind me, I have the receipt in my hand, I walk out the door and I hear, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me." And I look and there was a guy shoving something in my face, which now I know was an ID card. And I thought to myself, "I want a prize." This is what I'm thinking. I won a prize. Like, you're the 100 millionth customer, so you win a shopping whatever it is. And he says, "Can you come back in the store with me?" Here I am still thinking, I won a prize. He said, "I saw you go into the aisle, take the garbage pail, and walk out without paying for it." And I said, "No." I said, I paid for it last night, but I forgot it. And I went to customer service. I didn't just walk in, grab a garbage pail, and walk out the door. So we're standing by the entrance. And I said to him, that customer service person over there, I showed him the receipt, told him what happened, and he told me, "Okay, go." Well, I went back and forth. The guy that was, excuse me, shoving the ID, he was loss prevention for the store. And he started like giving me this bullshit story that I abandoned the property or some weird thing. And I said, if I took it out of the store and left it in the parking lot or what, then I could have exactly, Lucille. That's why I think this is so funny. I didn't abandon it. I forgot it. And it's not like there was nobody there. There were customers waiting online. There was the other cashier. "Hi, Nick." Nobody said, like, "Hey, you forgot your garbage pail." And I said to the loss prevention and security guy, I said, "You have cameras all over the place. Go back and look at the cameras. There's a timestamp on my receipt. So it's not like you have to look through all this footage. Just go back to where the timestamp is." Now, this whole exchange went on for, I'm going to say, upwards of a half an hour. This was not a quick. I kept telling the guy, "Go look at the cameras." And the one thing that he never did was that he never went to the customer service person and asked him, like, "Did she come over here and show you the receipt?" Didn't do that. And we're going back and forth. "I want a prize." "Exactly. Here's your prize." So I couldn't understand, like, what is the problem? Go look at the camera footage. And I kept telling him this. I said, I'm not trying to run away with a 50-gallon garbage can. It's not like I could take it like this and shove it in my pocket. I could put three bodies in the thing. So he says, "Wait here." And I think that he's going to the office to look at the camera footage. So I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And he comes back and he has a piece of paper in his hand. So exactly who steals a garbage can? And the funny thing is, when he said, like, "I saw you leave with the garbage can," I said to him, "You didn't even look inside." I said, You don't even know what I have." I'm joking with the guy. Like, "You don't even know what I have inside. You should look." There was nothing inside, obviously. So he comes over with a piece of paper. "Hi, Moonchild." "Oh, you're in bed with COVID." "Well, we're here to keep you company." Lucille, thank God it didn't get that bad. So he comes over with a piece of paper and he says, "Do you have any ID?" Now, I don't have anything to hide. I didn't steal this garbage can. So I give him my license and he starts writing my name and all my information. Hi, Shannon. Um, on this piece of paper. And I said, "What is that?" And I guess he wrote down the the number of the garbage can. He wanted me to sign this piece of paper that said, "I acknowledge that I removed store merchandise, store property without paying for it, and that I agree that I will not enter any Home Depot for the next 3 years." I said, "Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not signing this." I said, "Did you look at the camera footage?" "No." "Why not?" I mean, he would never tell me exactly, Betty. This guy was so eager to get me to sign that for the attaboy pat on the back, I guess, because he said, "Oh, I have to call my boss." So he walks away from me, and I'm thinking like, "What's the secret?" And he says, "My boss wants me to do," and I said, "Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not signing anything." He goes, "Well, you know, exactly, D." I said, "Where is the store manager?" He goes, "Well, there's no store manager here, but there's an assistant store manager." I said, "Get him over here." So the assistant store manager came over and I told him exactly what happened. I said, "I did not steal this garbage can. I left it here on Tuesday. I came back. I didn't walk in there and take it and walk out the door. I stopped at customer service and that customer service person told me, 'Okay, go.'" I don't know why he didn't talk to the customer. The whole thing was bizarre. So, hi, Charity. So I started getting pissed off at this point, and I said, "The cameras in the store work, right? Or are these just display?" I started getting angry because he wanted me to sign this paper, and he said, "Well, I'm going to tell you, I assure you, after 90 days, I'm going to rip this paper up." I said, "You're going to rip this paper up right now because I didn't take anything." So, oh, glad you're here, Underground Media Life. So, and like I said, this whole thing went on for like upward of half an hour. People were coming and going. They were probably wondering, like, what the hell is going on with this woman in this gigantic garbage can? So, I would not sign the paper. I said, "Oh, no, no, no." And, when I was explaining it to him, he says, "Oh, okay, I believe you didn't take it, this and that, whatever." I said, "Okay, so give me the paper." He said, "I can't let you take the garbage can home." I'm like, and I was just so done by this point. He said, "The manager will be in tomorrow, so call the store tomorrow." And I was like, F Feline, this whole thing was just bizarre. It was a very, very bizarre exchange. Um, so he said, and that particular garbage pail, I picked that particular one because the wheels rolled nice. There was another one, the wheels were rubbing. And I said, "I want this exact garbage can." He said, "Well, I'll keep it in my office until tomorrow." And I said, "I want you to look at that camera footage because this paper is not going anywhere." So Home Depot is about 5 minutes from my house with no traffic, and there was no traffic that night. And he had my phone number. He gave me his card. No sooner did I unlock the door and walk in the house, my phone started to ring. I answered the phone and it was him. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I looked at the camera footage and you're right, you did leave it and you did go to customer service. I said, "Yeah, that's what I told you." And why didn't you look at the camera footage when I was still in the store? And I could have brought the garbage pail home with me. I literally no sooner walked through the door, my phone was ringing. And he said, "Oh." Cringy. It's funny that you say that too, cringy. Exactly. I bet you're sorry because and Alice knows this because the first Kevin Kevin Daniels said, "Oh my God, a woman just won a $2 million settlement against Walmart for being falsely accused of shoplifting." I said, "I just wanted my garbage can." So, what can I do to make it up to you? I saw that you bought some plants, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I just want my garbage can. I said, he goes, well, you can, I said, I'm not coming back tonight. I'm home. I'm just over this whole thing. So the next day I went back there and he was standing outside. And when I went there last Tuesday, Feline, you know what? Everything in retrospect, that's what I should have done. Somebody else told me, a couple of people actually told me that you should have told them to deliver it. But then I couldn't have gotten all my free plants because he said, I want to make this right. I want to make this up to you. It's our fault. And I said, there's a serious problem when your own employees don't follow procedure. I said, either that employee, you did tell me to ask for 2 million. He didn't follow, and he's telling me, well, he didn't follow procedure. That's not my problem. He was either not trained, he didn't follow procedure on purpose, or he just didn't know what the hell he was doing. Yeah, exactly. They don't want to get sued. And I told him that, you're lucky that this was me. If you did this to an attorney or if you did this to a minority, it would be all over the news. If I wasn't a Caucasian blonde, this would have been all over the news. I know, Nick. I was out for free stuff. But anyway, so I ended up getting like over $120 worth of I got 10 salvia plants and then a replacement cilantro plant that died. And he, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I said, I don't know where the breakdown was here, but you never talked to the customer service guy when I was in the store and you looked at the security footage less than right when I walked out the door. So why didn't you say, "Wait, I'll go look at the footage and we'll get this settled right now?" So, I mean, he was thank you, Hawaiian. Exactly. He's lucky I'm a white chick because it would have been all over the news if I wasn't. And I said, I live close. It was a little bit of an inconvenience, but not horrendous. But you have a problem with your procedure and this needs to be changed. And he said, well, we're having a big regional meeting or something meeting with all these managers and assistant store managers and whatever, whatever, whatever. And I said, you need to be able to look at security footage immediately when somebody is in the store because I know that a lot of stores outsource like the security cameras. And I spoke to a cop and an attorney. Well, I guess the plants were the prize, but how stupid. I thought I won a prize. I thought he's, getting me going out the door because I won a prize. I was the 10 millionth shopper and Like, how ridiculous. Um, so yeah, that was my Home Depot store, and he said, "Well, I want you to keep shopping at Home Depot and this and that and whatever, whatever." And I said, there's a problem when you're accusing somebody of taking merchandise that wasn't paid for when I had the receipt." And he's trying to say, "Well, maybe you brought the garbage pail home and you're coming to get another one." I said, "I'm one person. How many 50-gallon garbage buckets do I need?" So, yeah, that was interesting, but at least I got 10 salvia plants out of it. But I was just like, and so anyway, when I spoke to the cop and the attorney, they said the minute he asked you for ID, you should have said, "Am I under arrest? And if you want my ID, call the police." But that wasn't even going through my mind. I don't know. I'm not a seasoned shoplifter. I don't know what to do under the circumstances. But in retrospect, now, no, I don't have a criminal mind. So when he asked me for the ID, I'm like, okay, I took my license out, I gave it to him. I mean, I don't know. And the cop said to me, the minute he asked you for ID, you should have told him, call the police. So there you go. That's my that's my story of my Home Depot garbage can. So I've been trying to watch the chat as it went by. Yeah, maybe I should ask her for some pointers to how to cruise out of Home Depot with a 50-gallon garbage can. What I wanted to, suggest to him was like, can I go around to Home Depot and I get to keep, like, whatever I put in the garbage can? Because that's a big ass garbage can. So I told him, I said, "I want a riding lawnmower." Hi, Lane. Thank you. "I want a riding lawnmower." He goes, "Oh, I can't do that." And I said, "I know, because you don't have any." So, he would have had the trash can in the store. But it was funny because when I went there on Tuesday, I'd been working outside. I was filthy. I had no makeup on. My hair looked like I pulled my hair out of a blender. And when I went back on Wednesday, my hair was down because I worked. I had makeup on. He said, "Oh, you look so different with your hair down." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is." And so yeah, that's my Home Depot shoplifting story. Who's fighting? I know that's what I wanted to, cringy. I wanted to say, like, "Okay, to make up, I'm gonna take this garbage pail and walk around and whatever I can fit in the garbage pail." You know how they have those, like, however much you can carry, you can keep? It would have been a mixing bowl. I'm just trying to read. I know I missed a lot. Taylor, the whole thing was just weird. You have security cameras. There has to be some ability to watch the security cameras. The only thing I could figure out is that they're outsourced and they have to go find them, or something. It's not on site. That's the only thing I could figure out. Because when he walked away, that's what I thought he was doing, to go watch the security footage, and he came back with this paper like, you can't shop at Home Depot for the next 3 years. And I was like, "I'm not signing that. I didn't take anything." I know, cringy could make a good story Cringy and I could make a really good video out of this story. Really good. I don't know if they have I I guess he was on the floor and this is what he saw, but if he watched me, he would have seen that I went to customer service and I talked to this person behind customer service, showed the receipt, showed the bucket, and the customer service person said, "Okay." I the whole thing didn't make any sense to me. It really didn't. I don't know. I'll go back and read because I know I missed a lot. Alice, be careful doing that because, new cars now are selling for way, way, way over sticker price. The Toyota dealer told me he would give me $12,000 over what the, uh, what do you call it, value is. Well, that's great, but when cars are selling for $30,000 over sticker price, I'm not winning anything. So, yeah, I don't know how nobody saw me leave the garbage pail behind and didn't say anything like, "Hey, you forgot your garbage pail." I don't know. Um, I don't why can't you see Bucky's comments? I don't know. What there I tried to post a couple comments on I think one on Cringy's channel and then one or maybe it was both on I don't remember, and it was a very just basic comment. It what had nothing bad in it at all, and it didn't post. And I went back and I tried to change the wording and it still didn't post. So I don't know what the well, Susan, I didn't put the can in front of me. I was pulling it behind me, and when I hit it with the gun, I left it behind me. I didn't advance it to the end, and that's how I forgot it. Had I put it in front of me, I would have remembered to take it with me, but it was still behind me. So, yeah, I forgot it. And then, and I'll say something that I thought was funny that one of my friends told me, and I hope I don't offend anybody. He goes, "You should have said to the guy, you only did that to me because I'm black." And it's true because I don't think this would have flown with a a minority at all. I don't know. I don't know what happened to that garbage pail. Mhm. Hi, Patricia. Yeah, and not now is not the time to buy a new car. And, I wonder if it's because of the steel issue, like with the riding lawnmowers, because, $30,000 over sticker price? Really? That's crazy. Mom is good. I went to see her yesterday. She was in a very, very good mood. My brother went to see her on Sunday and bought her 2 boxes of Russell Stover candy. There are 2 pieces left in 1 box. She ate all the candy. You know what? She's gonna be 94 in October. If she wants to eat candy all day and all night, Hey, she has no medical problems. She tested positive for COVID. She never had one single symptom, but I guess the whole place, a nurse was positive, and they had a whole bunch of staff out, and, I think she said, was it 19 or 14 of the patients tested positive for COVID, and my mother was fine. The CDC should be studying her because she never had one single symptom. Not at all. I know where Montreal is, but I've never been to Montreal. Um Oh god. I know. The old videos are really good. They're really funny. Hi, Vivian Valor. How are you? Susan B., my neighbor in the back, he's a union, HVAC in the city, and they're building a new Marriott in Midtown. They can't get the compressors for the, heating and air conditioning system. They need them in July, and he said they're giving them an estimated date of October. And then there's another part for something that they can't get, and it's a big problem, a real big problem. They have delicious bagels there? Really? I know, mom loves her sweets. She loves it. She loves candy but chocolate, she loves her sweets. I I didn't right? All I wanted was a freaking garbage can, and the one thing I went in there for one single adapter piece for the pool pump, and I walked out with a wagon full of shit. I cannot go to any place that has plants. I can't. As there I have a problem. I have a terrible problem. Really? Better than New York? Come on. How can bagels there be better than bagels in New York? I would have to personally evaluate that because I've had the best bagels. I would have to really critique that. Subaru Outback was one of the cars on my top 3 list. It was a little too small at the time, but I loved it. It was awesome. You waited 6 months for the CPAP machine? Well, it really is kind of eye-opening to me because when I love Costco. I'd have to say 3/4 of my wardrobe comes from Costco, and everything that they have is quality. It's frightening how low the stock is. It's really, really frightening. The stock that they do have, whereas they would have, piles and piles and shelves full of stuff. If they have something, they have like 1 pallet of it, and that's it. So, you know oh god, what happened? Uh-oh. I know, it would be fun. I'm always open to a sidekick. It would be fun. It would help to try to come up with, like, topics to speak of because so many channels are covering Glenda that it's kinda like beat to death. Today the Hicks nursery thing was kind of funny. I actually haven't really watched a couple of her videos because of lack of interest and just because I've been just so physically exhausted from working like a landscaper. Amazon's pretty bad for me. There was one day a couple weeks ago, FedEx came first, UPS came second, and Amazon came last. That day, I'm going to estimate I had 20 boxes because I got the sand for the pool pump, the salt for the pool pump, all kinds of stuff. And it was my neighbors laughed. They said, "Yeah, we had FedEx, UPS, and Amazon delivering." It was, yeah, I got it. The amount of stuff that I've ordered from Amazon in the past couple months is I got the swinging chase lounge, which hands down is awesome. That thing is so relaxing. And it wasn't even that bad to put together. It came in, well, you saw the videos, like a million pieces, and it's heavy. So I had to bring each piece back, but it wasn't terrible to put together. It would have been easier with two people because it is a little bit heavy. But I got it done, and it is when it's breezy outside, it's like one of those baby swings that you put an infant in that they swing around, and I mean, I love that motion was worth it. I like it. Oh, Cringy wants to do you wanna be my sidekick? Could I handle it? Could you guys handle it? That would be too much. I'm up for it, though. I'm up for it. I think it would be funny. We could talk dogs, we could talk health, we could talk marijuana, we could talk we could probably talk about a lot of cool stuff. Oh, Barbara said the bagels were the best. Well, if Barbara said it, hmm. Hi, Peaches. Yes, it is a tan. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Let me turn these lights off. I look like I'm shiny, shiny, shiny away. Or maybe I'll just turn them down. Ah, that's a little better. Yeah. Yeah, I've been working outside like a bull, Peaches. It's got to get done. Right. It's the water, Vivian. You're absolutely right. When I lived in Florida, um, there were a couple bagel shops that were much, much better than the others. And they used to have water sent from New York City down to Florida. And that's what made the bagels better. I don't know what it is about the water. It's soft water. Housing prices. There's a house for sale in this neighborhood, $800,000. A house just sold, actually almost across the street from it, for almost $700,000. It's insane. It's insane. Krishiki, Mildred. Yes, I love Krishiki. My grandmother used to make it. It's very, very labor intensive to make. Um, but oh, it's so good. So good. My mother speaks, reads, and writes Polish. She um she never taught my two brothers and I to speak Polish, unfortunately. But where she is now, one of the housekeepers is Polish. And when she works, the days that she works, she'll always go in with my mother and talk Polish to her. And one day when I was there, when she came in, I said, "Can you please, uh, say a prayer with my mother?" And my mother remembered her Polish prayers, and they said a couple prayers together in Polish. It was so sweet. Really, really sweet. You're heading to Costco? Right on, Susan B. I love Costco. Another place where I buy all kinds of shit that I don't need. Yes. The song that Cringy plays on his videos, I don't even have to watch the video, and I start laughing. Mhm. You would definitely do shows with me? Alright, we're gonna have to do this. I think it'd be fun. We're gonna have to talk about that, Cringy. You have 20 items coming from the it's surprising, how quickly stuff is actually being delivered from overseas. Because what did I order? Oh, I ordered a remote for the air conditioner in my bedroom because this house is so old, it doesn't have central air, so there's a big, wall unit in the living room, I think it's 30,000 BTUs, and then I have one in my bedroom that's 12,000 or 10,000, and it came with a remote. One night, the remote fell on the floor, and Holly picked it up and chewed it up. So I looked on Amazon and I ordered a replacement remote, and it came from China. The estimated delivery date was June 30th. I got it 2 days ago. So that's pretty quick. We wanna talk cats? I know we have cat people in here. I don't know that much about cats. I like big cats. Lions, tigers, leopards. My dream is to go to South Africa to see lions and leopards and elephants, and that's my number 1 bucket list trip, is to go to South Africa and go on a safari. I watch safari videos, that's how obsessed I am with these cats. You could talk shit and you'd be great. I know. The thing is to have a really good co-host, you have to kinda, like, feed off each other, um, because when there's chemistry, it's awesome, and it's hard to force chemistry, but I have a funny feeling that Cringy just might be a a good a good person to have. With Bucky as number 4, like a version of The View. That would be fun. Oh, Stat's here? Hi, Stat. That would be fun. I've been hi, sissy girl. I've been so busy trying to get stuff done outside and trying to get this pool set up, and I have more time now than I did before. The only thing that's left that I have to do is wash my car because it's covered in pollen, and I don't wash it when the pollen's falling because why? Um, and put a little more fertilizer on the lawn and then put slug pellets down because it's the slugs are out and they're starting to chew on my leaves. Oh, Bucky doesn't wanna talk. She wants to type. Okay, that's fine. Oh, please do it. I have to get Cringy's digits. When he said his I don't even know what his email is because when he said his email, I couldn't understand it, and I tried to send you an email, but I don't think you got it. I don't think it went to the right place. So whoever got it, um, probably like, "What the hell is this and who is this?" Hi, Diane. I put up a little live thing. It's weird because, I sent out a couple of things to people that I have their, like, phone number and um, a way to message them because I did the video, but a lot of people don't get notifications. In fact, UML, I hit the notification and it doesn't go off when you post the video. So YouTube is weird. I don't know. Ugh, don't send me any irises. I ripped out irises a few years ago. I almost broke my back doing it. The root system is so thick and it was so, and it wasn't even that large of an area, and man, it was hard to get out. And it's funny, I planted lavender there and there's one little iris flower that popped up there. It's hard to get rid of. More lives. I will do more lives. I had so much stuff I had to get done, and then I was like, "Well, what am I gonna talk about? I don't know what to talk about." But Alice wanted me to talk about something, um, that actually is very interesting for those who know about it and those who are in the area. I don't know if any of you, are familiar with the Gilgal Beach murders. It is, I can't remember how many people were found dead in an area of Long Island called Gilgo Beach, and the majority of the bodies that were found were escorts. And this happened, 2010 and 2011. I can't remember if they found the bodies in 2010, 2011. I'm not exactly sure, but it's very, very, very suspicious because there's apparently a lot of evidence that the Suffolk County Police Department has that they're not releasing. And there's been a lot of speculation and a lot of gossip for years that the old chief of the Suffolk County Police Department and the district attorney of the prior administration were somehow involved in whatever. And there's a lot of talk because the evidence that is being released piecemeal. And I guess the most recent thing that has been released was a was it a phone Alice, was it a phone conversation or a message or something that was just released? I didn't write it down and I forgot. Um, oh, I have it written here. It says the killer called and taunted the families, but they're not releasing the actual call, which they have, but they're not releasing it. And I haven't followed it really closely in the past couple of years, because it's just like it's like a dead case. It's a cold case, and they want the public's help, but they don't want to release everything like with this phone call or message that they have. Let everybody hear it, because if they hear maybe if somebody hears the voice, they'll recognize the voice, or maybe that's why they're not releasing it, because they don't want anybody to recognize the voice. So, Who's going on a dream vacation? Peaches, I took my mother to Las Vegas. She and my dad always had wanted to go to Las Vegas, so back in I can't even remember when it was, 2008, 7, 6, something like that. I took her to Las Vegas for a week, and it was so much fun. She had a blast. She loved it. She was so happy, and again, as usual, she won a whole bunch of money, and she was like, "Oh, let me pay for the trip." I'm like, "You don't have to pay for the trip. It's fine. Trip is paid for." I know. If the cops wanted you dead. Irises survive yeah, I can understand how irises survive hurricanes because they're just when they after a few years, they just get so thick. So, it's nearly impossible to pull them out of the ground. You have to take a shovel and go underneath, and it's, a layer of roots like this, full of dirt, so heavy. When I signed up for StreamYard no, um, I didn't have to pay anything. The green screen that I just didn't put it up because with the light behind me, I didn't think that you have to have light in front of you, so I didn't think that the green screen with the light behind me would work right. It's just a green tablecloth that I hang up. You don't have to pay for StreamYard. On StreamYard, you can I had my YouTube channel and Laura's YouTube channel, and you can just pick which one you want to post it to or go live to. You don't have to pay for StreamYard. Oh, Charity, do a live with Cringy? See, I'm afraid that I'm gonna start laughing so hard that no pressure. My, my friend has a cat named Maggie. Now, Maggie hi, Freedom Smith. Maggie, is very particular about who she befriends, and for some reason, this cat loves me, and it amazes her because the cat is usually very standoffish, and the cat will jump on my lap and rub herself all over me, but this cat is tremendous. I don't know I mean, the cat loves to eat. It is so huge. It has to weigh at least 20 pounds. It's huge. Huge, huge cat. I've never had a cat. A s a single cat, if I'm around, is okay. I think I might be slightly allergic to them. Because when I go to my friend's house who has multiple cats, in very short time, my head gets all stuffed up and my nose starts to run and my eyes itch. Like one cat is okay, or maybe it's a certain kind of cat that I'm allergic to. Um, but you'll wear Depends. I'll have to wear Depends too because I have a funny feeling that he might say some things that I can't control myself laughing. Laughter is good for the soul. It's healing. It makes you feel better. I mean, what's laughing is great. It's a great thing. It says you can't change a background unless you upgrade? I I I'm trying to think. I have to go back and look. If you're using StreamYard's backgrounds, like, I know they have, like, a brick background and then the one with the sunken living room, but you can download photos from your photo library. I think you can download 20 photos and use those as your background. So maybe if you wanna load more than I really don't know. I'm not exactly sure. Um, I'd have to go back and look. I don't pay. I don't pay for but the backgrounds that I have were my photos. So, they always want you get you to pay for extra stuff. Oh, cringy. Vegas has great shows. Yeah. When I took my mother to Vegas, I was gonna show her a good time. So, Cirque du Soleil was really big at that time, and they had that water show, which was totally sold out. So I said to the person at the ticket counter, like, "What do you suggest?" And she said, "Oh, there's this other, Cirque du Soleil show." Well, little did I know, it was about human sexuality, and it was all in the nude. I didn't know. I'm like, "Okay, give me 2 tickets for that." When the show started, I wanted to climb under the seat. Here I am with my however old my mother was at the time, and I was like, "Oh my god, what did I just take her to? How am I gonna explain this?" And my mother was sitting next to me, and I'm sweating out this whole show like, "Oh my god." The show ended, we're walking out, and my mother said, "I really liked that." And I thought to myself, "Did we just watch the same show? You you really liked all those nudies up on the like." I mean, I don't care one way or the other, but for her, she's like, "Oh, I really enjoyed that." Okay, great. Oh, Lord. That was because I made sure that I didn't take her to any of, like, you know, the topless shows, or not only topless, it was all nude, baby. All nude Cirque du Soleil. Yep. I really like that. Great. So what else? Have garbage can. Oh, Glenda said she's gonna plant seeds in the garden. It's June 8th. I started my seeds back in February and March. It's a little late for seed planting. Thanks, Freedom Smith. You live 15 minutes from the rehearsal place? I've actually watched on videos, the I can't remember if it was tryouts for Cirque du Soleil or people that were gonna try out for Cirque du Soleil, and they're amazing. Really amazing. Like, how do you train yourself to hang from a ponytail and spin around and go swinging? How do you even get into that? I mean, that has to hurt. Good grief. She plants on Louisa. Well, in Louisiana, you'd think that it would be earlier, not later, right? Oh, Lucille, it was, like, way worse than Chippendales. There was simulated sex going on stage, and I was like, "Oh god, what did I just do?" So, maybe she didn't I don't know. Maybe she had her glasses on, she didn't see, I don't know, but I thought, "Oh lord, what did I do?" And I really like that. Like, "Oh, good. That's wonderful." Well, I think she said she was gonna plant broccoli and okra. Well, okra she's not gonna do because it gets too big. Now, I don't know anything about okra because I don't eat it. Um, Freedom, did you plant seeds or did you plant plants? Because seeds, I mean, it's gonna take a while. Buckwheat's talking about Jill's panties. Whose panties? Right, Vivian. She wanted to buy a plant that already had either, I don't know if she said tomatoes on them or the blooms on them. The more established and the bigger plant you buy, the more expensive it is. My tomato plants have flowers on them. They really grew like crazy. They grew well. The upside down planting, see what I have had a problem with in the past a lot is fungus. And it's blight. Things will look great in the beginning of July, middle of July, and then getting toward the end of July where it gets really, really hot, not much rain, the fungus moves in and it gets blight and then everything rots. So one year I hung them upside down and I had 2 cherry tomato plants and then 1 regular tomato plant. I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cherry tomatoes. Those plants grew so well like that, so that's what I decided to do this year. I planted 1 in the ground. It's a yellow, a big yellow, but then the 2, yellow cherries, which are hands down the sweetest, most delicious tomatoes, I have them upside down, and they're growing like crazy. They have flowers on them. I hate okra too. Ugh. It's gross. It's like slime they're slimy. Ugh. It's disgusting. Not for me. No, no. No okra for me, thank you. That happened once to you? 30 tomato plants? What do you do with all the tomatoes? You must can them. You must can the tomatoes. I do not watch Karma 101. Ugh. It ha the oak, it's just slimy. Some kind of tasteless seafood. It's an acquired taste? I ugh, no. Good Dollar Tree stores in Atlanta. I haven't been to the dollar store in a long time. Oh, Vivian. This is a great comment. I never even thought of that, but you're right. You're absolutely right. Share with others. Share your bounty. That's what everybody does around here. Neighbors just share whatever they're growing in their garden. And it gets to the point where people can't give the stuff away because everybody has so much. One of my neighbors a couple of years ago had a bumper crop of cucumbers, and she put on the local Facebook page, "Hey, come get cucumbers." She had 4 milk crates of cucumbers on her front lawn. Like, "Just take them. Whoever, just come take them." She had so many, and then last year, she was giving me cucumbers and string beans. They had a lot of string beans, really good string beans, but I'm growing string beans. Let's see what I have in mind. Obviously, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers. I found, on my Home Depot run where I got nabbed for stealing a garbage can, um, they had the Japanese eggplant. I've planted those before, and I had so many that I couldn't give them away. I had milk crates full of them. They're really, really good. The skin isn't quite as thick. They're really, really good for stir frying. Uh, and on my Home Depot run, I not only got a regular jalapeno, they had giant jalapeno pepper plants. So I got one of those. So I'm curious to see how large the jalapeno peppers are going to be. And then I got, well, in there, there's also, I have pumpkins, I have watermelon, I have cantaloupe, I have zucchini, I have butternut squash, I have peas, I have green beans, I have, I think that's it. I think that's it. So hopefully everything does well and it doesn't get some kind of disease or bugs or something like that. Oh my God, a quarter acre of a garden? That's huge. You can. You must can and put that stuff away for wintered. Ugh, fried okra. Fried okra for me is about up there with gravy. Ugh. Ugh, stewed okra, that should be illegal. Mhm, tomato sauce. You make tomato how do you make, tomato juice with fresh tomatoes? You have to tell me how you do that. No, okra, forget it. Mm-mm. Well, on, was it Cringy's video or UML's video? I can't remember which one. I think it was I can't remember. A video from a couple years ago. Oh, it was the French toast video. So, from a couple years ago when she was in New Jersey. No, it wasn't that video. I'm sorry. That's not what it was. It was when she was talking about the toothbrush. So it was Cringy's video. Um, the difference in the size of her face from when she was in New Jersey and now, she's put on a lot of weight. So, I'm not sure how anybody can be food insecure. That's all I'm gonna say. Ugh. Okra, they can't be ugh, funny. That's great. UML is here. Most people are good at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm 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 with you on that, Vivian Valor. You love pepper plants? Um, 3 years ago, I grew habanero peppers. Oh, man. You want a hot pepper? They are hot is an understatement. Holy shit, are those things hot. I grew these, hot Thai peppers last year. They were pretty hot, but the habaneros I grew, oh my god. They were like, call the fire department hot. They were bad. They were really hot. How come you don't eat eggplant or zucchini? Zucchini is like the most really neutral, tasteless vegetable. You really have to doctor it up to make it taste like anything. You have potatoes and onions? Well, onions I don't. I thought about trying to sink a couple potatoes in some dirt and see what happens. So, yeah, I know, Crackles, you plant a lot of stuff. Ugh, fried okra. Ugh. It is a lot of work. And you know what, Stat? I always say every year, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this because inevitably fungus sets in, some kind of weird bug comes, and then I think last year I just planted a couple pepper plants because I really had no time last year to do anything with mom. Um, so a lot of this came from the fact that the food is so expensive now. So yeah, I have a big stand-up freezer. And I'm learning from people also that things that I never thought I could freeze, I can freeze. It's just like, freezing peppers. You can't use it to eat raw, but you can use it to cook with. So, you have to grate the tomatoes? Huh. You run it through the you run tomatoes through the juicer or the KitchenAid attachment with the skin? Or do you blanch it and take the skin off first? Yeah, I know the mint will keep the bugs away, but God, the lemon verbena was just so nice. I'm still looking for it. I don't know if it's hard to grow or if it doesn't sell well. I really don't know, but I could only find it at that one place and they sold it. And the where I used to get it before they sold it, they grew everything that they sold. They started everything from seed. And whoever bought it, when I went there, I was looking, they brought all the stuff in. They didn't grow anything. So, you're UML. Yes, you are. Because underground media life is a mouthful. Fried okra with cornbread, tomatoes, black-eyed I've never had black-eyed peas. I don't know what they taste like. If they taste like lima beans, I don't wanna know. The Devil's Wife series. This actually separates the skin and seeds out. Huh. Oh, I know they are, Mel and my mama. Freaking out over the food prices. Well, no time like the present to go on a diet, I guess. What is poutine? 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 What is that? I know it's something Southern. And I need to know about black-eyed peas. I mean, of course, I've heard about them, but how do you make them? I know what they look like. They don't look like a pea. They look more like a kidney bean, but like beige or white, small. Oh, you have the deer and squirrel problem? Well, the backyard, there's a fence. So little did I know, I thought this whole time that the 4-foot chain link fence was keeping all the deer out. Because deer, I have everything that deer love. I've got lilies galore, Montauk daisies, I've got tulips, uh, starting from spring all the way to first frost. I've got stuff that the deer love. They never bother anything. So I figure they're just not coming here, right? And I was talking to my neighbor a couple of weeks ago and he said, "Oh no." He said, "I saw a deer come from behind there and there's woods across the street, jump right over your fence into the backyard and then jump the fence into the neighbor's yard and go." And I was like, "No." He said, "Yeah." He said, "The deer jumped right over it like it was nothing." And it's funny because, not so much with Holly and Zoya, but when Holly's boyfriend Rocco comes over to visit, he's a blue nose pit bull, and is always his nose to the ground smelling something. And we can never figure out, like, what is he smelling? And I'm wondering if these deer are jumping over a lot more frequently than I know about. So, because I have the cameras outside, and they've never picked anything up unless they're just so fast that by the time the camera turns on, because there have been times, a lot of times actually, where one of the inside cameras will detect the outside lights going on, but there's nobody around. So I wonder if the deer are jumping over, but you'd think that hosta, I've got hosta, deer love hosta. They don't touch anything that I have. So maybe they go someplace else to eat, and I don't know. I've actually even seen deer hoof prints in the dirt by the lilies and the Montauk daisies, but they don't touch anything. Now the rabbits are a different story, and the squirrels, oh my god, they drive me crazy. They love to dig up the tulip bulbs, and a couple neighbors have black walnut trees, and they dig holes in the lawn, burying the walnuts all over the place. Scotch bonnet peppers, yep, hot. Hey, Foxy Fox, I'm so glad to see you here. Black Eyed Peas, one of your favorite bands. All right, I have to how this chat is going by is weird. Ugh, lima beans is on the no list for me. Oh, it's like eating paste. Poutine. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't have any idea how to save and buy, well, number 1, the portions are tremendous. So, but whatever. It's French fries with brown gravy and cheese curds. All right, the gravy, that's Not me. No, thanks. No gravy for me. Hello, sweet Southern angel. Yeah, I guess the deer can step over a 4-foot fence because the neighbor said it just went right over. Deer love pasta. Yes, they do. Somebody wants to send Cringy a box of food. Hmm. No sending food boxes. Oh, I wanted to say something. I don't think she's here, but Diane Vetter was so kind and she sent me a little gift. So I wanted to say thank you. She sent me a coffee mug. I don't know if you can see it. How do you make things appear? It says, "Life is better with a dog." There. And then when you turn it around, so I wanted to thank her for that. That was very, very sweet. Very sweet. I don't want to drink out of it because it's too pretty. So I just put it in the kitchen so I can look at it. But thank you, Diane. That was very, very sweet. The deer, there's a great garden in Westbury. Oh Lord. How far back am I in the chat? I guess pretty far. So I have to catch up. Austin is in the house. Hey Austin, what's up? Mhm. My biggest downfall when it comes to food is cheese. I love cheese, any kind of cheese, hard cheese, soft cheese, anyway, on anything. It is no, no poutine for me. Any anything with gravy is not my not for me. Um the cheese, it's a problem. I have a problem. And I acknowledge I have a problem, but I can't seem to do anything about it because if I don't buy it, I will specifically go to the store for it. Um, yeah, cheese party. Whoever has a cheese party, I'm there. I the problem is that I have the cholesterol of a 1,000-pound man, and I'm not supposed to be eating the cheese. But Alice, sauce is fine, but sauce implies pasta, right? And I know Italian sauce, gravy, whatever, but it's that brown gravy that I just don't I'm not down with the brown gravy. Um, cheese is a problem. I could eat it and eat it and eat it. And I really I'm frightened for my cholesterol. But I really don't eat eggs. I eat hardly any meat. I can't even tell you the last time I had red meat. Um, but cheese, cheese is a problem. I don't drink glasses of milk. I do like yogurt. I don't eat a ton of it. I do eat it. Oh, Mildred, thank God. We'll stick with the Krishiki, Mildred. Yeah, oily liquid. Ugh. Hey, Denise, what's up? Yeah, I must be a rat too. I love it. There's a store about, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes from me. It's a specialty supermarket, and it's Italian. They As you walk in, the entire wall is a takeout, um, like deli where they have prepared foods. It's outrageous, but they have a cheese section. They have hundreds of cheeses there, and you can sample them. I'd go there on a field trip. I can't it's terrible how much I love cheese. Really bad. Like, why can't I love celery? Nope, it's gotta be cheese. My brother loves cheese too. He's a big cheese lover. Cheesehead Anonymous, yep, that's right. Kruszczyki. Thanks, Cringy. No, but Stu Leonard's is phenomenal. It's just that Stu Leonard's is too far from me, Foxy. The place that I'm talking about is, I won't be able to think of the name of it now. Um, I can't think of the name of it. It's in Port Jeff. Um, Uncle Giuseppe's, that's the name of it. And the area where they have the olives, there's an entire wall of olives. I don't love olives, but it's wild to see how many different kinds of olives they have. Oh yeah, you can go with me cheese sampling. When I'm there and they have the cheese samples, it's like I look around to make sure that there's nobody there. And because if I find one that I really like, I'll take more than one. And I kind of make sure nobody's watching. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's bad. Right, the celery salad, but you put cheese in it and white sauce, and then you're kinda defeating the purpose, so to hell with the celery, just eat the cheese, right? Port Jeff is nice. Port Jeff is a nice place to go visit, especially in the summer, Foxy. There's no place to park, but it's nice. I only like black olives. I cheese hoarding, yeah. Mhm. Um, Denise is throwing him back with her girlfriends. I know where she is. I know where Denise is. She's having fun. Just call her Mrs. Roper. Yeah, black olives I love. Peeper, I've never made Polish cheesecake with farmer's cheese. Um, but there's a Polish deli in town. They have the Polish cheesecake with the farmer's cheese, but I've never had it. Um, but pierogi with farmer's cheese is delicious. Love it. I know. The cheese thing is bad. Foxy, I wanna go with Denise too. Denise is hanging out. She's having fun. Trying to think, there was one cheese I got at the specialty shop, and it was a small wedge, and I think it was like $16 or something for this small wedge. Oh my god, it was so good. Mm. It was nutty, and it was kinda like nutty with like a Swiss flavor, and oh god, it was good. Yeah. Oh, totally. In Italy, it's like that's what you do when you go to Italy. You eat. Um, I know you can freeze cream cheese. I don't know about other cheeses. It wouldn't matter because I would eat it so fast that it wouldn't get a chance to get frozen. Oh no, you have poison ivy in your face. Ugh, sorry, that sucks. Me too, flower power. I have food insecurity when I'm out of cheese. That is usually what will make me go to the grocery store. That and the Italian sweet creamer for the coffee. That will get me to go to the grocery store to go shopping. I can get by without anything else, but no cheese and no Italian coffee creamer, and I have to go to the store. Fat girl food. Yes, the cheese heads. I love it. Melted, I just love it. Bucky makes a mean lasagna. Hmm, I love lasagna. You can freeze cheese, but it gets crumbly. I can see that. So you can't really freeze it if you're gonna cut it and eat it. My daylilies are they really multiplied a lot. I have to dig them up and break them down. They're getting a little out of hand. Oh, the Parmesan crisps, I love those. Love them. I had one brand one time, they were really, really salty though, but they are good. I love lasagna too. Crock-pot lasagna. What? Blintzes. I do remember cheese fondue. How could you forget? Oh my gosh. What? Lavender infused poblano goat cheese with red chili dusted. Okay. Please tell me where, and I will be there tomorrow. That sounds delicious. Wow. That sounds really good. I don't either, Crackles. I got rid of Cablevision. I never looked back. In fact, today when I was, thinking about the live, I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about? Because I really don't know what's going on in the world. I get what I want to get off the internet, and that's it. I can't stand mainstream media anymore. There quite a while back, there were a lot of fondue places that were open. I guess they must have all closed up. I guess the fondue thing ran its course. Okay, Mildred. Oh God. Uh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, uh, the the cooking coming out of that kitchen is not, she didn't get to be that size from eating her own cooking. I'm just gonna put that out there. I have a feeling that, there's a lot of fast food being consumed. No one was fond of fondue any longer. People loved it though. That was like the huge thing for a while. The fondue places, that was there was a run on the sale of those fondue pots. Everybody was having, the fondue parties with the fondue pots at home. I remember those. Oh, love that. I've been on a burrito kick lately. Yeah. A break in what, Moonchild? Freedom Smith, what is the deal with all the oil and the grease and the butter and what is that? I've never seen anybody use so much grease in my life. She adds she adds oil to grease. Either I'm not exactly sure about all that grease and oil. Now, I did watch the of her driving, and she was going to her daughter's house with a ring of kielbasa. And she holds up the and she says she brought sausage. See, now as a Polak, I took offense that she called kielbasa sausage, number 1. But, who who grabs a ring of kielbasa to go to somebody's house in the package? I just thought that was so ridiculous. Here I am. Here's my kielbasa. Oh god. I know, she added cooking oil to melted butter. That's yeah, weird. Just weird. Like, "Oh, this needs something. Let me put some more grease in there." I don't know. Yeah. I have a feeling that's the vast majority of her, her foods is takeout fast food. Right? Like, why would you just grab a ring of kielbasa in the package and get in the car? That to me is so bizarre. Oh god. Beth is having issues with her bladder. Send Beth to Pens. I know. Like, I have some sausage. What is this? Who does that? Here, I've got this sausage in a pack. I'm here. I've arrived with my kielbasa. Oh my god. Oh, yes, Vivian. I do recall that. I do recall that. The po' boys and that we call them hoagies. I don't think it's the same. Let's get Jill's kitchen all greased up. Let Jill clean it up. Malinois Mama, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that's a hard no. There you go. Butter, oil, and lard. Most people try to use as little as possible. You know, people, when somebody said that about the melting pot, I thought about that because I seem to recall a restaurant called the Melting Pot. So it was a chain. I can't remember where it was, but who carries around a ring of glass? It's so bizarre. Oh my god. I'm going to my daughter's house. Let me grab the kielbasa.
Bullshit level DEFCON 5.
Right? It's just bizarre. Let me grab this package of kielbasa and get on the road. Oh my gosh. Jenna pluck along. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, Lucille, you know what? That's a fact. That is a fact. What was what was that? It looked like it did not look like a cobbler. I don't know what that looked like, but it was obviously way too wet, but burnt all around the edges. I I mean, I'm no chef. I can cook. I'm not a chef, but what was that? And, if you can't cook, and I know people that can't cook, they, for whatever reason it is, they can't follow a recipe, stop and buy something to bring. Just and stop at the grocery store, stop at whatever. Costco makes great baked things. If you're going to a party where there's going to be a crowd, go to Costco, get something. It's not expensive. They're very good. Like, why would you even I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm invited to a 4th of July party, and what I'm going to bring um is a watermelon basket. I'm going to cut a basket out of the watermelon, and I'm going to uh, put the watermelon balls, cantaloupe, and honeydew with a melon baller in it. Um, so I think that'll be good for a 4th of July party. She stole the last piece of corn. I you know, eh, Also for, like, corn at a barbecue, I don't know where the corn possibly could have come from. It couldn't have been that good. It certainly wasn't local corn, so I don't know, how how sweet it could have been. No, I don't think anybody found the Burger King lady. Oh, good. Like, you just can't make this shit up. Let me grab the kibasi and go. Yeah, so that must have been where it was when I lived in Florida. That's must have been where the melting pot was, because I do recall, and I can't remember if I ever went there or not. I do remember having fondue, but I can't remember if I may have gone there once, but it must not have been really outstanding, or else I would have remembered it. Where's the beef? Kobasi cars and grease. Do it, Flower Power. Make a song. Yes, I think she was it mango she tried to add? I think it was mango, but she used canned peaches, right? I don't know. I don't know. Frozen mangoes, right. Cringy, if you can't cook, go buy something. Simple as that. Go into Costco, they have cake, they whatever it is, go buy something if you can't cook something. Well, that's true too. She'd rather just throw the money away and destroy something trying to make something, which exactly. If you can't cook a dessert, then or anything, whatever, just bring something. Right, if you bake, you need to baking is the thing, it's not like cooking where you can just add a little of this, baking is very precise. When it says 1 cup, it means 1 level cup, not 1 heaping cup, not, uh, between 3 quarters and a cup, it's 1 level cup. Oh, the extra long toothpicks, okay. Yeah, you're right. Fancy watermelon. She says. We haven't heard it from them. She says they love her cooking. I'm not exactly sure what there is to love, but apparently nobody. Apparently nobody makes it. Good lord. Right, cheese balls are not cooking. I wouldn't consider, mixing together a cheese ball cooking. Hmm. Cringy starting a stripper channel. It was a Slim Jim. It was that whole it's just so weird. It's not cooked. It's in the package. Here, let me grab this kielbasa and go babysit. All right. You saw it here, folks. He's gonna twerk. Oh, Lord. OnlyFans is where the money is. Well, wasn't it last time that look at this big long straw. I have this big Coleman canteen of water. Oh, Malinois Mom, I'm so glad you brought that up. Where is he? It's like no mention, no nothing. What happened? He was her soulmate, right? I don't know. All I know is everybody wants cringy to twerk. The funny what cracks me up about cringy's videos, and it's not the videos, it's the thumbnails, is when he puts his own face somewhere in the thumbnail. That is the very best. I laugh before I ever start even watching the video because the thumbnail is funny. Ugh. Now, you know what, Peaches? This is ridiculous. Why would you go out to eat to cook your own meal? Stay home, right? Just stay home cooking cooking over a sterno. Like she's juggling eggs. Make sure you count them when you get in. Yeah, baking is totally a science. Whereas I think cooking is an art where you have a lot of leeway to do different things. Baking is not like that. Work it, and twerk it, cringy. Come back, Bucky. I know. Frozen. Why is it so watery? Ugh. Oh God. That's so gross, flower power. Ugh. Rat in the kitchen? Huh. Shannon, not yet, but anything is possible. You never know. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Really, Diane? Cringy's an old lady on the inside. Oh God. Underground media life. Character that was introduced back in, was it the summer of 2019? And he was introduced as a wealthy benefactor, and then it kind of turned into that he was the owner of a big candy company, and there's just it's a very, very convoluted, false character. Um, you have to go back and watch videos, but the original story was that he was from Manhasset, Long Island, and his mother, Elizabeth, lived in the gated family estate in Manhasset, which is where Glenda moved from New Jersey. And he was schooled in a boarding school in Germany. Therefore, he has this supposed German accent, which is not a German accent. It's I don't know what kind of accent it is, but yeah, it's just it's a long, long story. He went to visit her once over the course from 2019 to present day. She maintains that he is her soulmate. They love one another. He has sent her jewelry, perfume, candy. It's just it's a strange strange tale. Malinois as like Illinois. It's Malinois. Oh, grandma and her kielbasa. There you go. Here's peaches. Right. Glenda saw the orange sickle gummy bears. Yeah. Don't know. Don't know. Of course, it's not German. I don't know what it is. Yep, pretty much. It's a mess. Yep. Yep. He was going to sue everyone. Everyone. He drove to Charleston, South Carolina to go to an attorney. The whole it's so absurd that right, and the candy company employs elderly women. Oh yeah, there was a fake website there was supposed to be a website, and then somebody found some things on the internet. It's so absurd. Exactly. The Plutonian accent. Right. He was going to sue charity. for for her comedy videos. Yeah, Charity's still waiting on that. Mhm. I'm gonna have to say that's a no, because in order to, have relations, you actually have to be together, cringy. Yeah. The raw that's another thing. Who does that? A raw and vulnerable. Here, let me show you myself half naked. There's too much to laugh at. Yes, he gave large sums of money. Fundraiser in Michigan, Minnesota, Dakota, somewhere north. Oh, yes, historic gated mansion. I don't even think it was a gated community, Peaches. I believe the estate itself was gated. It wasn't a community. It was the actual estate. Oh god, that is the mere thought of this flips my stomach around. I wonder if the braless limbo was a form of sexting. You think so? Oh god. Alice, she might take that as advice. Dear God, help me. Exactly. He's got a fleet of semis, right? A fleet of semis that his brother is the director of, what was the word? Logistics. Logistics. Lucille, who should be doing the raw and vulnerable video? Cringy? Shannon is proud. Oh my god, I just looked up there, I thought there was a bug on the ceiling, but it's not. Exactly, Alice. Rest in peace, Elizabeth Phillips. And all the prayers and Bible readings, but dear Elizabeth didn't get shit. She didn't get a prayer. She just got a like, "Oh, Elizabeth's dead." And then she went on to talk about the next bunch of shit. "Oh, Elizabeth's gone. See ya. She gone." Oh my god. He had everybody blocked. You know, she wouldn't even she could use the ace bandage that she used to wrap her foot and she could use that to wrap around her trunk to hold those jugs up. She could. She could do that. Zeus can't spell his own name. Flower Power, I'm gonna respectfully ask to just be nice. If you would like to discuss something with Alice, you can talk to her privately, but please don't fight here. I would really like for everybody to just get along. And if you have a problem with Alice, I'm sure that Alice would talk to you privately. Please, please just be nice. Exactly, Malinois Mama. He's got that old patent on the creamsicle gummy bears that, huh? Didn't the Albanese family company, not family? Oh, but it is a family. I think Albanese is a family, right? Family company. It's very interesting that they're the ones that hold the patent on the creamsicle gummy bears. Yeah, and that's why it's so absurd. Because with all these things that, "Oh my god, I need tires, I can't afford them. I don't have food, I go to food pantries," and da-da, da-da, da-da. But meanwhile, when that's occurring, he's nowhere to be found, and, well, even in the most recent lives, he's also nowhere to be found, so Peaches. Oh my god. Good grief. Um, I'm gonna have to say not just Southern. No lady would go to a barbecue with that many people with no brassiere. I mean, my 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 girls are nowhere near what she's got, and I would never go to a party without a bra on. So, I that just blows my mind. It blows my mind that she even went to a barbecue like that. But you're flat ironing your hair? Diane Williams, I really don't even know if he posts, comments anymore. Maybe an occasional here and there, but I haven't really read them. You think so? You think it was Zeus that was tracking where Glenda was going? He was keeping track of his woman, making sure she wasn't two-timing him? Peaches. Oh my god. He was born in Greece. I'm born in Greece. I'm born in France. No, I'm really from Manhasset, but I was in Germany. And then I drove to South Carolina, but I live in Tennessee. No, I don't. I have a family house in Gatlinburg. I really live in the Midwest. Ugh, what a mess. That's a good question. Yeah, I noticed that too, Peaches, that when she says she's going to babysit and she's dolled up like she's going out to a cocktail party, but then she goes to the family barbecue or to the barbecue at the apartment complex behind her, and she looks almost like a homeless person. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, a hole in her pants too. Yeah, big hole. No bra, big hole. Right? Like nobody wants to see that. Nobody. I thought I was the only one that used that free balling expression. I don't know. Yes, flower power. Let's pray. She needs a bra and a muffler, not necessarily in that order. Everyone pray for pants, a bra, and a muffler. I know, right? When he gets all worked up, the accent right out the window. Oh gosh. Good night, Linda. Thanks for coming. I'm gonna wrap this up. We've been on here for over 2.5 hours. I'm not giving up cheese either. I agree that cheese enhances your quality of life. I totally agree. You don't have to convince me. You don't have to convince me. Well, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up. It was great. Thank you so much for being here. I'll try to do this more frequently now that I have a lot of the stuff done that has to get done. I still have a ton of other stuff to do. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to handle mom's stuff, which is weird. It's weird. So I'm going to have to figure out how to work through that. So until next time, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'll try to do when the garden really gets going. The lilies should start blooming in the next. Well, there are a couple buds that are ready to open up. So I'd say within the next week or so, they should be blooming. So I'll make garden videos, and I wanted to make some like funny dancing videos, like these TikTok trends and stuff. I did one out in the backyard, and I look like an idiot. So I have to figure out. Okay, I'll wrench you, Vivian. Um, I look back on the video and I look like an ass. So I have to figure out how to not look like an ass, and then I'll do it. So, ooh, Italian ice. Until next time, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for so much fun. See you next time. Happy summer.